I thought I'd make a little installation video. Here's everything that it comes with: your front mount, your rear camera, the wire that goes from the rear to the front, and then this gets plugged into your camera and goes to your DC. But I recommend with a USB-C charging it inside first before you install it for the first time. The first thing I've done is attached my camera to the front mount. Mine has a suction cup maneuver. Some of them might come with an adhesive situation, but go ahead and attach your camera to the mount first so that you can make sure that your camera's in a good position. And depending on what type of mounting you have, you might be able to adjust it easily or maybe not so much. And then with the two different wires that they gave you, go ahead and plug those in. You see this one goes in the USB-C outlet, and then that one's just a regular jack. And the one with the regular jack, that's actually giving power and connection to your rear camera. And then this one is going to go into your power up front. So now with the USB-C cord, this one here, that one's going to come up and get tucked in around that. And then here you can see I'm tucking it in, and I'm going to keep tucking it in around there. So following that wire again to see the progress that I've made, it's tucked in along there. And you can tuck it in a little bit better than what I'm doing right now, but I'm mainly just kind of doing this to show you. This is an important part right underneath here. You're going to want that to be secure in a way. So I have it tucked in again here, and this is where you could, use some tape to secure it, but just make sure it's not dangling around your feet and you're going to get caught on it. And again, that's the wire that is coming up to your power source and going to be plugged in. And sometimes they give you a good bit of extra depending on where that jack is going to be located. Next up, grab your rear camera and whatever mounting they provided for that, and figure out where you want that back here. I recommend up towards the top. I've placed the adhesive on one side and then peeled off the backing on the other side of that double-sided adhesive. There are screws there, and if you wanted to, you could put it up on this fabric part and then screw it in and use the adhesive as a temporary hold. But for this purpose, I'm just going to put mine right there and go ahead and press that on. So in this kit, what I'm holding in my hand is the other end of the wire that had the regular jack, kind of like an old headphone jack. It may just be a continuous wire that you don't have to plug this into here. So just depends on the kit that you got. So there's my rear camera. I've got that plugged in securely. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start securing this by tucking it up under. And it may, fight with you a little bit, but once you get more tension on it and you get tucked in further along and you have two hands while you're doing it, it'll all make sense. Another thing that can make it easier as you go is to tuck it in securely every so often and then come back and do the middle sections. So that's the rear passenger side, and then you're going to come across this bridge here. I need to tuck that in a little bit better. But then keep coming along your passenger front side and then keep going. Actually, yeah, we'll see how I'm going to do with this because I feel like I have a lot of extra wire. All right, showing you this again. I honestly just had so much extra wire. I followed that path and then went up at the top of the front windshield, and then there is all my extra wire secured to stuff I have hanging out of my rearview mirror. And that's really it. That's all you got to do. You have two wires. You mount the front camera, then mount the rear camera. Have that front wire that goes to the power out of the way. Plug that in. Make sure that your rear camera is plugged into the back. And the only other thing I can say is the first time that you use it, you might want to format your memory card and do a factory reset on the camera. And that seems to have solved any issues that I've had of it only doing 1-minute recordings and shutting off every time I started my drive. Hope that helps.